going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Buckeye BS on the Best Damn Media Network, the new media, all that. Tap in. What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
What up?
What's good?
What's good,
Yeah.
man?
All right, so today,
Happy Easter, everybody.
Oh yeah, happy Easter to everyone.
Yeah, happy Easter. I forgot about that. But we got important things to talk about.
I forgot about.
I completely
Jesus
forgot
Christ,
about
but-
Easter when I woke up.
I forgot somebody rose from the dead.
Yeah. My mom was like, "Happy Easter." I was like, "What?"
But Buckeye football, though, never forget.
Yeah.
I mean, our recruiting rose from the dead last night, so Q's probably still thinking about that.
We had a packed week, so some good stuff to talk about. But today we're gonna cover Air Noland, obviously committed. Gonna talk a little bit recruiting. Gonna talk about our watch list for the spring game. Probably some other stuff. But I wanted to start with this. I was talking to y'all in the pre-show. Now look, we might be facing a president that we haven't seen in a while. The end of No Swag University. We got the beat writers out talking trash. We got the recruits out talking trash. Is this the end of No Swag University? Is it just me? If I see Dave Biddle on the timeline, I see Berm on the timeline, I'm like, what's going on here? So y'all tell me, is that locker boy energy starting to get out there? Is this the end of No Swag University?
I think the locker boys are making impression on everybody. We've heard a lot of shit talked on the internet the past few months, and I think everybody's sick of it, especially from these poverty programs that be talking crap to Ohio State fans. So I feel like it's just everybody's fed up with what they've been hearing on the timeline, and it's time to start dunking on people again.
Oh, facts.
I mean, I feel like our beat can have a little bit more juice, but Dave Biddle definitely has, holding it down. Shout out Jay Book, man.
Yeah.
And the gang, man. Berm. I like that little subtle shot that Berm gave Braylon Edwards because he's been capping on Ohio State for years now, talking about our program falling apart. So, stay tuned, man.
Yeah, I also want to give a shout out to, people like Doug LeMaurice and Stephen Memes over there at Cleveland.com. All the people that have been out here, keeping it real and not just sugarcoating Ohio State football, just to appease people. But out here keeping it real and, what Berm did to Braylon Edwards, the shots that my guy Dave Biddle been out here throwing as well, man. I mean, I'm loving it.
Nah, whole facts is good to see. But yeah, while everybody's here, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, share it if you like what you're seeing, and obviously put in the chat what you want us to touch on if you want us to touch on anything. But let's go ahead and hop into recruiting. So Air Noland, committed last night. Ron dropped some fire videos right after that, going after some fan bases that won't get airtime on here. But yeah, man. So this is big time. We got our quarterback now, and obviously that usually drives your class and your big time recruiter because players want to go play with him. Obviously, Jeremiah Smith has been pushing this class greatly, so really appreciate him. But I'm gonna go to Cam. Cam, how's this commitment feel on your board? Do we feel like we're training in the right direction? Do you feel like you want to see some more dominoes fall before you think recruiting is really back? Because the last couple classes haven't quite been there.
I feel great. I think that Air Noland is going to bring a certain type of leadership factor that we need at the quarterback position moving forward. I also feel like he's going to mesh very well because we have a lot of alpha type personalities in this freshman class that we have now coming in from what we're hearing coming out of the spring. Got a lot of guys pushing the upperclassmen, bringing that mentality that we wanted. A little bit of pad popping, a little bit of trash talking, first in, first out that we heard from Jelani Thurman, who's from the same high school as him. So I'm excited. I think Air Noland's going to bring back that culture that we want to have at Ohio State and get us back on the track to winning national championships. So
Ron?
I'm liking that.
No, I'm excited that we have our QB. It's very important for our class to have a QB this early and to pair him with Jeremiah on the recruiting trail as far as talking to these commits and getting more people signed to this class. I think it's huge to have him locked up this early. I mean, we've watched his highlights on the playback multiple times, and this kid's like a video game out there. 60 touchdowns last year, 5 interceptions. I mean, like you mentioned, he was Jelani's high school quarterback. So I'm excited to see what he can do for the Buckeyes, not only on the field when he gets here, but on the recruiting trail. So I think this is huge for the recruiting class and a great start for the Buckeyes early on here. And I'm drinking the recruiting Kool-Aid heavy. I call this Bill Green season where Ohio State's signing everybody. We're getting 8 5-stars. We're giving every kid we offer to sign them with Ohio State. 360 class score. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid heavy. I was on the class calculator last night. I'm not going to lie. Going a little crazy. It crashed when this class got to 302. I think it was telling me to chill out, but, we'll see what happens.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about Air Noland. A lot of people are out here saying, oh, well, the Buckeyes, this is their third choice. And it's like, how many other programs can have a player decommit, go back to a player and maybe try to see if there's a little fire there after you kind of burn bridges there and then end up with his quarterback. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Air Noland, and I kind of want to see at the end of his senior year where he actually ranks out, because if you actually pay attention to the stat line and you pay attention to his game, he has one of the best releases in high school football out of any of these quarterbacks. He's also thrown more passes than any of these quarterbacks. And I mean, when you're talking about completion percentage, you're talking about QBR, everything. Like Aaron Noland is the guy. He's actually number one when you look at this stuff. So I'm excited about it. And the big part is with him talking about the defense. And the one thing that him and a lot of these other guys in the classes are talking about is help make me better while I'm on the offensive side of the ball. And he wants them D linemen coming chasing after him so that he can get better. We got a general, man, and we got a leader in this class. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear it. Obviously, like I'm not the person you see when you say, "Hey, how's this quarterback looking?" and all that. I can watch some highlights and tell you he's decent, but I'm not going to break him down and talk above my weight. But this class in total, I think, is shaping up well, especially from the start. I like to see some dogs out there, and it looks like we're bringing those in. I want a couple of those defensive recruiting dominoes to drop a little bit. Then it will be peak Bill Green season for me. You get one for me. Well, you give me a D tackle about 315, 5-star, maybe from the South, bro. I'll do a show by myself on here just talking about that. But
Leah said it, bro. I'm ready to lie. I'm ready to lie out here.
Yeah, but I think recruiting's going well. But the chat's popping early. Say good morning, Craig. Good morning, Sue. Got Lito in here. He in the building.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah,
appreciate everybody pulling up.
Sue had a question for us. Will we ever know the real reason Dylan Raiola decommitted? I don't care what he does, but there's an interesting story there. Yeah, I'm just riding. For me, y'all can answer for yourselves, but I'm just riding with the Lincoln Kindholz commitment, man. Lincoln came in, he had that dog, and Dylan was like, "Nah, I don't know.
There's
that."
Sue, there's some information out there regarding that. We'll touch on that in the future.
Yeah, normally we like to be the new media that's not afraid to say anything, but I'm not so very confident in things that we've heard around that. But we like to roll with the politically correct answer and say Lincoln Kindholz, Vanilla Vic chased him off and scared him out of the class, and that's what we're going to stick to for now.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, especially when the things that we have been hearing, we definitely want to make sure that's concrete before we go ahead and report that. Just want to make sure it's concrete.
Yeah. Okay. So that was recruiting. Wanted to touch on that. Hold on, let me push that back down, or somebody push that back down. So the next thing we wanted to talk about is the spring game. So we got the spring game obviously coming up on the 15th, which is next Saturday. I know the scrimmage happened yesterday. A lot of people talk about was the big time scrimmage to see who's gonna play, but do want to see who you guys are really excited to see in the spring game. I know we all made a little list of guys we see ready to step up, or some guys coming out. So want to go to Ron first. Ron, who are you excited to see in the spring
I'm excited, and I'm going to give the most lazy, boring answers. I want to see Cal McCord, the presumed starter. I want to see, is this actually a battle? I know Chris and Zach talked on the show that this battle is not over. I hope they're wrong because I came out and declared 2 weeks ago that Cal was the starter. So if Devin Brown comes out wearing 33 starting, that's going to be a whole lot of egg on my face. So I'd like to see how Cal's doing, and I want to see Jaden Ballard. I want to see if he's really running past these corners every day in practice, and is he going to get loose in the spring game? Because a lot of people, when I brought up Jaden Ballard on the timeline today, said he needs to learn intermediate routes and he's not ready to play. If he was ready, he would be out there. But my question is, there are people that are on the field that we don't hear reports about like this in practice, just tearing it up in practice, winning all kinds of crazy reps and making explosive plays. So if he's able to do that, I hope he's able to showcase that in the spring game. So I'm looking forward to see the presumed starter and hopefully wide receiver 3, 4, maybe. So those are my two guys that I'm really looking forward to see in the game this week.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, man. My two guys that I'm looking forward to seeing is Sonny Styles and CJ Hicks. We heard CJ Hicks was taking reps with the ones. Hope that still can get better. But I do think that this helps CJ Hicks out a lot. Like everybody knows how critical I have been of Jim Knowles actually teaching CJ Hicks the defense and saying that he hasn't caught on. Well, this is his time to catch on. This is his time to show like, hey, you could go ahead and give still, maybe 60%, but I should be on the field at least 40% this season. So that's what I'm excited to see. Also with Sonny Styles, I want to see where they use him. I know that this is going to be so basic, so it's so little that you can get out of the spring game. But I want to know if Sonny Styles, if is he going to be in the box? Is he going to drop back in coverage? And I just want to see how he looks out there.
Okay. Ron, go ahead with yours.
He already went.
Oh, you went first. Let me Cam.
Yeah. Y'all know me, man. I want to see Tyreek Williams, Mike Hall Jr., Kenyatta Jackson, Amari Aber, Caden Curry, Jack Sawyer. I want to see our defensive line get after the fucking ball and chase the ball. I want to see heavy hands. I want to see a chop cross. I want to see a dip and rip. I want to see spin moves. I want to see pass rush. That's what I want to see. That is the main focus for me in the offseason, going into fall, going into this season, that I think even more so than our secondary, that our defense needs to be dominant in, and that is our front pass rush. So we don't have to have Jim Knowles draw up an exotic blitz for safety so we can get pressure, and we got to leave Cam Brown on our island and get cooked by Roman Wilson or Cornelius Johnson or whatever. Like I want to see us get 4-man pressures so we can disguise coverage and get freaky in the back end. That's what I want to see. And I want to see if Tyreek's in shape, and I want to see if he has that motor. If he does, I think that we can end up having probably a top 3, maybe not 3, not 2, interior pass rush combination between Mike Hall Jr. and Tyreek Williams, and I can't forget about Hamilton as well. So that's what I want to see. I want to see our big guys up front. And Hero Canoe, I've been hearing a lot about Hero Canoe. The usual Buckeye talk in the spring about young guys. He's not quite ready. He's not quite here. But, yeah, let me see it. Let me see it because all I know, he's 6'5", 315, look good in a uniform. Let's see what he does in the spring game and see if we can improve our front 7, especially in the interior D-line. So that's what I'm looking for the most in the spring.
Real quick before we move on to the next person, Cam, you mentioned about possibly having the best interior defensive line. Do you think Ohio State could have a top 3 defensive line in the country in general?
Absolutely. I think that Jack Sawyer got a bad rep last year. If you're familiar with our program, you know that he was playing the jack position when he was out of position. So, but Jack Sawyer, I mean, I think when we see him have that true DN position, I think that we're going to see him get after it. And what a lot of people weren't realizing is, God bless Teron Vincent and Jerron Cage and all those guys, but unless you got a generational pass rusher like a Nick Bosa or a Von Miller that can just bend the edge at a generational level without needing interior pass rush, our edge guys are pretty much dead in the water when you have such a deep pocket. And if you watch our defense last year, how deep were their pockets where the quarterback can just hitch, step up and step up and step up. And then JT and Jack are just on the edge out there like, well, damn, man, now I got to do an inside move and the ball's out by then. So I think I think that is going to be key to our pass rush is Tyreek and Mike Hall having that push in the middle because we have not because technically we're really not known for a dominant interior D lineman. And we do have with this year, that would be something unique to our defense that we haven't had in a very long time. So
yeah, I think that I thought that we saw the dominance in the middle early, and it was what hindered that was the injuries that we faced with the two guys that's going to be starting this year. And I say the only thing that can hinder them from being the top three, Ryan, is injuries, man. That's the only thing is health.
No, I'm with you 200%. I think if the turf monster don't get them, I think they'll come and ball out.
It.
Yeah, but everybody, let us know who you're looking for in the spring game. Even if you got some other fan bases in here, just put who you're looking forward to that could come up. I'll go ahead and shout them out and hit the like button while you edit. For me, this is a time where it's the ghost of Christmas past. The ghost of recruiting classes past, where there's guys who have been here for a while now, and I'm kind of ready to see if it's do or die time for them. For me, Josh Proctor, we've heard he's starting. I am one of the few Josh Proctor apologists that maybe still show my face in the fan base. I still think the kid is extremely talented. I still think he can go out there and make plays at free safety. So I would love to see him show something. Cam Martinez, he's gotten a lot of buzz. I want him to kind of back that up. The tight end room with G and Joe Royer, they've been around for a while. Kind of want to see them kind of show some light. So just, I think that's really for the most part. Just guys who have been around that are still kind of holding on. Like, why are they getting reps? Like, show me why you're getting reps. Show me why we need to back you going into the season. Obviously, we back them anyway. But because those are our guys. But I want to see if those guys are actually starting to put their head above water, starting to swim a little bit. Because if you're going to start for this team, and I said it when did the show with Chris, this is almost do or die season here in 2023. The recruiting composite is going to take a big leap down. So this talent, especially in this 21 class, a lot of those guys are not going to come back. They're not going to show back up. They're going to go to the NFL and go make money. So I'm extremely worried if we do not get a chip this season, it may be a while. Obviously, recruiting is picking back up the 2024 class, so maybe 2024, 2025, and then when those guys are up, maybe we'll have another chance. But so I'm extremely worried, but hopefully those guys can show the light because we need some of them old heads to start popping pads and showing why they're here. So that's for me. I know that wasn't two players, but there's a lot of guys where I'm like, hey man, come on, it's time. We might have to see if Cam got some eligibility left because no,
I'm washed up, man. Washed up. Bro,
he ain't twitched up no more, man.
Yeah,
he ain't
man,
twitched up.
I ain't twitched
He used
up.
to be twitched.
Yeah, I lost the whole kidney, bro.
Hey, if Cam being, he ain't getting back up.
Nah, bro. Yeah, once I had that surgery, bro, it was a wrap, bro. It's over with.
Oh man. But Sue says she's looking at the right tackle position in the O-line. Obviously, O-line is a big deal. Let me see. We got Kai Stokes in here. Stokes. Let me see who else in here. What's up,
Elks? What's up,
Yeah,
Elks?
first show ever. Was
Hey,
good.
Daryl.
Appreciate you pulling up.
Yeah.
Sure, what up? Hey, Daryl, we personally do know Gmo's hat. We'll probably get him on here.
Yeah, we might get an exclusive interview here soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get the first exclusive interview. He DM'd me, so we'll get that. We'll get the first take from Gmo's hat on the demise of Miami football from y'all. Don't worry about that.
Hey, I was trying to. Hey, last night I was saying free Gmo's hat. I think you need a new owner, man.
Yeah.
owner can't stand in the paint.
Yeah, I do want to ask. Sue brought it up. Do y'all think we were gonna have to go to the portal for right tackle because it's not sounding great coming out of that. It sounds a little iffy. And
Well, there was a rumor mill on a 247 board that they had 2 big NIL packages on deck for some tackles out of the portal. That's so.
I'm
We'll
not
see.
believing it, bro. They
We'll
said
see.
$750K per year for 2 tackles. Like
Hey,
I
man.
know Ohio State.
Shout out
I'm
Brian
not buying-
Steve, man.
I know we ain't paying that. Like that's crazy.
Hey,
But
man.
yeah,
Foundation getting lit, man.
here's the thing about our O-line in that right tackle position. And I honestly think that this is where Coach Fryer can make his money. Like we heard about Paris Johnson getting his ass whooped last year in spring. We heard about same thing at the right tackle position last spring. But I'm not saying that we have that type of caliber guys of a Paris Johnson. But I do have faith that Justin Fry can get these guys right. I also, like I've been saying, I've been harping, I think that we are going to be so much better in the run game. It's going to be able to alleviate a lot of the things that we're going to be able to do in the passing game and help out those O-linemen as well.
yeah, I just don't want to Ole. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback is going to be a very not getting our quarterback hurt is very fundamental this season. I just don't want to see somebody bend right around the tackle and then up there goes the season. So it's always a worrying position for me. But people have said you can hide a right tackle and things like that. So that makes me worry less. And obviously, like you said, Justin Fry, he's the best at what he does in our opinion. We got to back our guy. So yeah, I think we'll be okay. But I'm just I'm crossing my fingers.
Think about what Urban Meyer had at right tackle.
Well, yeah, that's true. I can't really name names, so
what I'm saying, bro.
I'm like,
we were always worried about right tackle.
Hey, the only right tackle I really remember from the Urban Meyer era is Isaiah Prince, because I swear to God, he set the Big Ten record.
Football starts. Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, and then before that, like, really, who did we have, bro?
Yeah, bro. Chase Ferris. There was a couple in there, but you're right. It was a big time. But we gotta watch out. JJ to the cane. So be careful. We gotta hold down our recruits. Let's hope the foundation can continue to hold it down. But yeah, man, for the main part, this is what we had. I know this is going a little shorter. Is there anything y'all want to touch on before we get out of here? Or is there anything in the chat? Is there anything y'all want to talk about before we get out of here?
I mean, people asked for Gmo hat. I see Gmo Body made an appearance, so shout out to him. Appreciate you stopping by.
I want to talk about what we didn't really talk about Kai Stokes. There were some things out of camp. We heard about him flashing one time, but that's the thing. Like our coaching staff in practice, they don't just want to see you flash one time. What they like to say is, we want to see you stack on days. So. That's what I'm hoping that Kai Stokes can do. Our program, for some reason, I don't like. I feel like we owe it to these older guys and all of this stuff, bro. And that's why these guys just can't get on the field. But I want to see them on the field.
Yeah, he can. What is so funny?
Yeah, like what's going on?
I'm reading Gmo in the freaking comment section, bro. Like bantering with our original OG Sue, and it's hilarious, bro. Leave her alone, bro. She don't want to go to the Penn State game with you.
Oh, he said JJ Buckeye. To the. Sue, don't talk to him. He's still living. He's
That's
still living
Gmo.
in 2002.
That is Gmo. Gmo is trolling.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that shit's hilarious. My bad.
Yeah. There you go. We'd also ask. He's asked, who is Air going to bring with him? Obviously in the class.
I don't know. Hopefully he can bring Stacey Gage, man. I think Stacey Gage is a guy. I heard that there was talks. I know we want 2 running backs in this class.
I think we're going local with Dixon out of Pickerington.
Okay. Yeah, I have heard that. But I mean, hey, with with the trajectory and with the trajectory of this program, and then you got JJ out here being the main recruiter. Now you got Air Noland, and you got the twins out here who are very active. I just feel like they're able to show these guys. And then you got Jelani as well, who's a teammate of Air Noland, who also inked the deal right as he got on campus. So it's like, oh, all of these schools are telling y'all this, and then we're hearing that they checks bouncing. But Jelani's check ain't bounced. He got it as soon as he stepped on campus. So
it's true. Jelani though.
Now you got guys with examples and everything. So maybe you don't have to just go regional. You can go back after these big guys because you got big time recruiters.
Buckeye Nation, I want to say one thing about a certain young man that we got in a freshman class. I think is going to change our team, and that is Jelani Thurman. He is going to be. He is a prospect at tight end that we've never had before here at Ohio State.
Whoa. Farmer Gronk? Ever heard of him?
Who?
Farmer Gronk, ever heard of him?
Yeah, okay. So he's the type of prospect that we've never had here at Ohio State, where that Ryan Day is famous for not wanting to go 4 wide, and because he wants to be able to have that tight end at that position, so to be able to run the plays. With Jelani's ability at 6'5", 6'6", 250, with the ability to be a route runner, we can go 4 wide with him as that 4th wide receiver in the inside and scheme up matchups. We've never really had that ability. Royer, he's good. We haven't really got to see him play. I like Cade Stover, but Cade Stover's not routing up anybody that's worth their merit. So, I think you guys should really be on the lookout for Jelani Thurman. Coach Key's been letting people know that, hey, this kid's for real. We're going to have to try to get him on the field. And that's another kid that I wanted to see during the spring game I didn't mention. I think I'm really excited for Jelani Thurman. I think he's going to change our offense and give us a lot more options as far as scheming and game playing against defenses. So that's it.
Daryl wants to know. He said, "Who's next?" Basically, who's next in the class? Do you think we will finish with the number 1 class? I think next, in my opinion, is going to be Peyton Pierce, the linebacker. I'm starting to see a lot of buzz with him. The one from Texas. Obviously, James Laurinaitis is big in there. He also gave the Buckeyes on Twitter.
Maybe a little bit of JoJo action.
Hey,
yeah, JoJo is tweeting this.
Nigga said next, not.
We
can hope. He said not on signing day.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. But
Bryce West, maybe.
Bryce West on a loss of monetization rant there, real quick with that question.
Yeah.
Bryce West.
I'm not going to ever say that we're going to have the number 1 class until we're there.
Never had it.
I'm here to tell you why we'll never have the number 1 class, because we will never oversign enough players to do it.
No, Ron, it's our recruiting budget.
We need a 27, 28 person class to have the top class these days with the way they oversign in the SEC, and Ohio State will not do it. They'll never sign more than 24 kids in a class. So that number 1 class thing, just worry about the composite score and making sure we get the players that we want. But I don't think we would ever sign enough players to do it with the amount of people it takes to get the number 1 class these days.
Wait, can we? Hey, Mike brought up. Can we touch on that real quick before we get out of here?
the recruiting, yeah,
bro. Look now. I tried to be positive today. Aaron just committed yesterday. It's Easter Sunday, but now look. This ain't Weenie Hut Juniors. Why are we 4th in the Big Ten and spending money to recruit? Recruiting is a lifeblood for everywhere else except Ohio State, because we want to be a top 5 pro. Look, this is what I hear. Well, Darian, we signed a top 5 class. Well, you said we weren't going to recruit. We weren't going to get anybody else. Bro, you supposed to move how you want to be. If you want to be national champs, you got to move like national champs, bro. We moving like the last dude in the door who bought a ticket off a dude selling it outside just because we waited too long. Like, what is good with the recruiting budget? Why are we so cheap?
Booker's out doing this, man.
There's this guy, Ron James, great follow on Twitter. He has this video called The Gene Smith Dilemma, where he says that the athletic department is too large at Ohio State. And I'd have to agree. Like, we're spending so much money. We have a new hockey arena.
Great guy.
Ron James, great follow. I'm at 2Ts on Twitter. Excellent follow. But like, we have the most varsity sports out of any Power 5 program. We're spending money like crazy. But when it comes to this football team, we're skipping on facilities, we're skipping on the turf, and we're skipping on recruiting. Like, there's no way that we're asking fans to donate, and we're not even putting up the money necessary to compete with the Alabamas, the Georgias, and like I saw people in the comments, oh, when's Ohio State's doing just fine in recruiting? Are we trying to do just fine, or are we trying to win national championships? Like, let me know. Like, help me understand and set expectations, because I thought the standard around here was national championships. And if that's not what we're doing, let me know, and we can all be on the same page. And I won't be on here going on rants. Ron James won't be making videos, and we can all just enjoy ourselves. Like, just let me know if we're not trying to win national championships. I thought that was the standard.
When you think about that, like, nationally, we were what, 17th? When we finished second or tied for second for like quality per recruit. Like, how efficient is our coaching staff, like, to be able to pull off the number 5 class with them being basically handicapped by a budget, because our coach just can't hop on jets and helicopters and go see guys, apparently, because we're not spending the money that they are. Even Michigan is above us in recruiting spending, so they're just burning money there, I guess. But so yeah, man, like, if we were to up our spending on recruiting, if we were to take that next step and be like Georgia or Texas, like, where do you think that our recruiting can actually get to? Like,
we know exactly where it can get to. I mean, here's the thing, man.
Does that really make a difference for us? Does it move the needle?
I think it would move a needle. I mean, think about that. We got, Kirby being in Georgia, just flying in helicopters every day. We got Ryan Day driving 2 hours to Cleveland, Ohio. Bro. No, drop that dang on chopper in Cleveland. Them kids gonna eat that up or whatever. We talk about how disconnected Cincinnati is from Ohio State or whatever. I guarantee you drive a chopper down there or whatever, you're gonna have more of them kids wanting to come up here. But I do want to say this, man, because think about all the big-time brands, big-time schools that fell off. And I'll tell you why I think the reason why they fell off. It was because their athletic director saw changes coming down the pipeline and didn't adjust with those changes. And so then their programs completely fell off. You see Iowa out here, they saw what was coming down the pipe. They said, we can't have all of these sports. We got to get rid of them. And they did it. If you do not change with the times, bro, you going to get left behind. That's not what we want for Ohio State or whatever. So, I mean, if they're not going to change, then I'm just going to let y'all know. Just be expecting it.
And I'm with you 200%. As far as efficiency on the budget, yeah, our hit rate for what we spend is amazing. But this is big game hunting, bro. This is not like the reason our classes aren't popping like we want to is because we are losing the big time battles. Like, imagine, bro, you're a recruit, you're at your high school, right? You chilling. Oh, snap. I see Kirby coming in with a helicopter, getting out the joint with the national championship trophy, walking up. I'm like, all right, cool. But I got Ohio State coming later. An hour later, Ryan Day pull up in a Prius. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that's not it. Like, bro, if you spend the money to where you want to be, it's like me not prepping for a job I want and then upset when I don't get that job. Like, what? I mean, I wasn't gonna get it because I didn't prepare to do it. So
I mean, but when you're in Georgia, bro, helicopter's super duper useful because I mean, everywhere you're going for top recruits, it's like 100 miles away, 200 miles away tops. Like, majority of the time.
No, bro, he literally Kirby literally took the chopper the same distance from freaking Athens or whatever to where was that he went? Anyways, I did it on Google Maps, and I'm like, man, it's the same distance to Cleveland. That's why I brought Cleveland up as an example. You want Larry Johnson to drive across states? He's not doing that. And then you wonder why our D-line recruiting has been iffy and why we missed out and whipped on every DN.
Watch what you're saying. I heard Larry got new resume papers, so
put him
might be signing soon.
The only thing that could be different is they gave him the keys to the jet. Let him get in the jet and travel. You're not going to tell Larry Johnson to drive in a car? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. He almost on the point where he's gonna get his license taken.
That's
due
what
to
I'm
age.
saying. He can't
right?
see. He ain't driving at night.
All right. Yeah, this was gonna hit a little bit of tangent, but yeah, man. So definitely appreciate y'all joining again. Go ahead, hit that like button if you like what you're seeing. Tell somebody. If everybody tells somebody, we really get this thing popping and moving. I'm gonna go. I'll let you close out, but I'll go to Cam first. Cam, if people want to argue with you about Miami is back, where can they find you at?
They could find me on Twitter at Truther Vandross. You can find me in the comment sections of Best Damn Media on your YouTube channel. Go ahead and click the like for that. You can find me on Facebook. I'm in the groups on Facebook, Trash in Miami. You can find me at the local sheets here on Hilliard Rome Road in Columbus. I'm also Trash in Miami there.
What you order at Sheets?
Oh man, see, right after we get done with this, I'm gonna go get me a little coffee, all black. And then they got I'm gonna get a small thing, like the little small tater tot things that they got for the breakfast. And I might get a wheat bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese. If my mom's not cooking breakfast, so I got to see what she's up to right now because all the family's going to church and stuff. So, but that's usually my go-to in the morning when I can't whip up my own breakfast. So I got to go grocery shopping.
All right, back. All right, Mike, where do they find you at?
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at 216_wildboy. We ain't gonna tell you you can find me anywhere else, but I'm mostly on Twitter. I'm mostly on Twitter, man. That's where you can find me at, man. Definitely plug in there. So hit that like button, everybody. We got 20 people in here.
Everybody, we have 21
likes.
people in here right now. Smash that like button. It helps
man.
us in the algorithm. It means a lot to us. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Cam tells you every week that his @ is at Truther Vandross on Twitter. That is not his @ His @ is at IKnowThings19. So if you're actually looking for him on Twitter, you can find that in the description. I don't know why he does that.
Don't be giving out my government, dog.
My @ is I'm Ron James on Twitter. You can find me at 2_TES, 2 T's. You can find me on TikTok, 2Shiesty, if you want to see me play the game. And yeah, find us on Playback. Go find all of our Miami troll videos. We had to dunk on them because they were talking crazy about the Buckeyes during this past week, so they had to get ethered on the timeline. So we appreciate the support. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We appreciate you guys. You guys make this show so fun every week. So thank you guys, and we appreciate you guys for pulling up. Thanks.
Yeah, and no disrespect, Indiana.
Oh my God! No disrespect, Indiana. This guy cute,
bro.
So much respect for the Big Ten.
Too much respect for the Big Ten.
Get us out of here.